Huh. I'm so sorry that I just... Yeah, Kristie got turned down that data pad. Hello, can everyone... Can you hear me? Has Kiesel fixed our horrible problems? Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. Why can't we hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, you hear me? Well, that's fine then. I mean, as long as you can hear me.
I can always hear you, Fluval.
I mean, I know you can always hear me wherever I am and wherever you are, Charlene, but...
Fluval.
Yeah.
You are every voice that has...
I'm very loud. I'm not surprised.
Of course, Fluval is loud.
Which way is down? Kiesel, turn me down. Is that any better?
Is that better? I think we're still very loud.
You hear me clicking? Ugh.
We're clicking?
We're clicking.
Clicking.
Huh. How about now? I don't like that I'm in a position of asking third-dimensional beings how things are doing and how, if it's not making them suffer. But you hear clicking, too.
There's some other dimensional beings with us. Henry was with us, and he's clearly not a dimensional being.
No. Too quiet now.
Too quiet now.
Look, the Kiesel will Goldilocks this somehow.
Kiesel?
Yeah?
Kiesel?
Let's see. How does this...
It's been 38 minutes!
Well, you know...
You can't get this together. First you lose the cat, and then the children are all running loose in the studio, and I have to kill
How is
them.
this? How is this? How is this? Is this any better? Good, okay, well if this is good, then wow. Okay.
Yay! Oh my god! Oh my god, yay! Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm so excited! Yay! Fluval.
Yeah, we're almost. Kiesel has to do one more thing. Because you know Kiesel. Station manager and general incompetent Kiesel.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. I had the keel age of the mine and now I'm covered in blood. Do you know how hard it is to get blood out of the studio floor? I mean, I know we always have to carry a towel around, but there's no water on this station. There's only the fluid that the aquarium are in. And that's all the way in the bottom floor server room.
So, thank you all. You know, I mean, look, I had to change out the entire mechanism of the studio, so things are bound to go wrong.
Kiesel, that's only because you spilled your venti mocha latte on it!
I just wanted to be like a third-dimensional being. I mean, they seem to enjoy their venti mocha latte chinos. I saw Jay Leno drink one once, and you know how I love him, the greatest third-dimensional entertainer of all time.
Just because it's pumpkin spice season doesn't mean everything has to be pumpkin spice, Kiesel!
But what if everything was? What if it could be? What if I just dared to imagine bigger?
You know, I'm not really sure how to respond to that.
Well, I have that effect on people. It might help if you're very mean to me. Well, you know, everyone's usually very mean to me, so I'm sort of used to it, but if it helps the show, it's fine.
Everything is important for the show, Kiesel. That's what we're taught. Oh my gosh, Tiger Bates is totally right. Lena's chin absolutely extends into the fourth dimension. And it actually gets really in the way because sometimes I go fishing down there so that I can find like creatures to torture for our many shows.
I mean, we are all the torture
I'll catch
shows.
his chin all the frickin' time. I wish he would just move his chin out of the way because a lot of beings will like nest under there because, you know, it creates this nice overhang.
Someday I'll nest under his supportive, protective chin.
Kiesel?
Yes?
You will remain in the server room forever like every other good aquarium!
Okay. I mean, if you insist.
I don't insist. That's the way that things should be. It is the way that Grand Emperor Acreon set it up with Aldous Huxley. He set it up with Aldous Huxley.
With Aldous Huxley?
Yes. When they, of course, you know this. You passed your intense.
I know, but I was quizzing you. And you passed as well.
That's true, Henry. It only extends into the fourth dimension. It actually isn't even in the third dimension at all. Isn't that weird? The chin. The chin is only in the fourth dimension. Isn't that weird? Kiesel, the guy that you like is weird.
That's why he's special. He's weird, just like me.
No, you're an abomination.
Thank you. I'll take abomination. Thank you. Okay.
Maybe you should take...
Anyway, I think... What?
I think set?
I believe so. Let's see. Let's find out if everything's ready to go. And here it should go. Leno's chin extends into the fourth dimension. You all heard that, right?
Can everyone see us? Can everyone see us now? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is it time for Grand... Where's Fluval? Where is Fluval?
Where's
Fluval? Where's Fluval? This is Grand Trivia with Grand Trivia Master Fluval, the Aquarium Empire, and we don't have Fluval here. Kiesel, I cannot believe you. Where is Fluval? Where's... What?
There I
Oh, yay! Fluval's here. Okay,
Oh, no.
my god.
am. There it goes, and now here I am.
Fluval! Yay! Oh my god! Fluval's here.
It's me, Fluval.
Okay, it's time for Grand Trivia. Yeah, it's time for Fluval.
It's me, Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Aquarium Empire. I'm gonna I'm sorry you had to witness Kiesel right there. I wouldn't wish witnessing Kiesel on... Well, actually, I would wish... You know what? You deserve it. You earned Kiesel. You earned Kiesel this week. But, you know, let's just get it started. Let's just get trivia started. How about that?
Yay!
They don't call me the Grand Trivia Master for nothing. So,
You know all the trivia.
I do know all the trivia. That is
Oh my
true.
God, you're the best at trivia.
I am the best at trivia. So here you go. If you go to Kahoot.it and type in that very special code that is on screen now, you will get to play and fight to save your world through showing general knowledge.
You're gonna get to fight. Oh my god. And we're gonna destroy your planet. Also, if you don't, we're gonna destroy your planet. So you might want to get your friends to like help you with this. You might. You just might.
But you should definitely join.
But you should definitely join, because if you don't, then we're just gonna destroy your planet, and that's just like really boring for everyone, because there's no pain and suffering involved.
Yeah, you need to build up to the planet destruction. You don't just go from 0 to 60.
That's why you were given the flagship show of the Grand Aquarium Empire Radio Free Multiverse, because you create exquisite, sublime, and numinal medias like this. You know pain so well, Fluval.
Thank you. I am the Pain Master, the Pain Maestro. Hello, Bates. Hello, Redactyl. There's 3 of you watching who haven't joined yet. You should get on over to Kahoot.it.
You should.
Because there's just not as much suspense and pain in a 2-person trivia race.
No. We might just have to, like, transport them here and torture them live, like, as a backup.
I mean,
What do you think?
live torture has its appeal, for sure.
I mean, we did the vivisection earlier. I just sort of recorded that for my YouTube.
Okay, now we're up to 4. We have 5 people watching, 4 players.
Yeah!
That seems
also
pretty
a
good.
Fish. Tom
Also a
and
fish.
Redactyl.
Tom. Redactyl and Bates.
Tom,
Well.
Redactyl, and Bates. Oh my god.
You know, you've already waited so many Earth minutes, so I think we're just gonna get started in 1 second.
Yeah, we'll probably have to get started pretty soon.
Okay, we have 5 people watching and 5 players. Everyone's here. 4. We're back down to 4, back to 5. Caring Bobcat. A Caring Bobcat.
Hi, Caring Bobcat 35. Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm so excited to torture you.
Let's get started with the trivia.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, I'm in your shot.
Get out of my shot! Get out of my shot!
Sorry, Fluval,
Here we go, episode 3 of Grand Trivia with me, Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Aquarium Empire. Question 1. Which famous novel served as the basis for an iconic Apple Computers Super Bowl ad? Is it Brave New World, Neuromancer, 1984, or A Bad Idea I'm About to Do? I mean, all third-dimensional ideas are bad ideas, but I'm not about to do them. Oh no, you're bad at trivia? I mean, that actually works out for me. I hope you lose, Redactyl. I really hope you lose. And it was a pretty even divide, but the correct answer is 1984. That Super Bowl ad was actually directed by third-dimensional being Ridley Scott. And the estate of George Orwell sent a cease and desist to Apple over that ad. And they used skinheads to play all the drones. And just, you know, odd choice, odd choice.
I was one of those drones.
I'm glad. Thank you for volunteering that, Charlene.
I was there.
Here's your next. Actually, no, let's see the rankings. Oh, Shiny 42069 and Redactyl are in the lead, but it's still anyone's game. With question 2, which director turned down Return of the Jedi because the idea of directing it gave him a headache? Is that A, Terrence Malick? I keep saying letters. Is it Terrence Malick, Pedro Almodovar, David Lynch, or Harmony Korine? One of these directors didn't want to direct Return of the Jedi because he gave one of those. He got a third-dimensional headache. 4, you answered?
Fluval,
Yeah.
would you direct Return of the Jedi if you had been asked by George Lucas?
I would, but, and you two, you got it correct. The answer is David Lynch. I would direct it, but I would have every single third-dimensional being in the movie die painfully, because I think that's really what the narrative was setting up. Really, all third-dimensional narratives are ultimately setting that up.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
And here's a little video about how David Lynch
for
turned it
directing
down.
Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
I was asked by George to
Can you hear the
come up
video?
to see
Yeah,
him
can
and
you all
talk
hear
to
that?
him about directing, which would be the third
Did
star.
Kiesel mess this up for everyone, or
I
just
have
us?
next door to
Okay,
zero interest.
Odd.
But
Kiesel
I
has
always
messed us up.
admired George.
Showing so much
You know,
preferential
George is a
treatment to
guy that
third-dimensional
does
beings is
what he
actually
loves,
pretty outrageous.
and I do what I love. The difference is
That's why I'm
what
saying,
George loves
like,
makes
maybe,
hundreds of billions
I
of
just need
dollars.
time to think
So I
about-
thought I should go up and at least visit with him. And it was incredible. I had to go to this building in LA first and get a special credit card, and I had to get special keys, and a letter came and a map. And then I went into the airport and I flew up, and then they had a rental car all ready for me, and this keys, and you know, everything was set. And I was to drive to this place, and I came into an office, and there was George. And he talked with me for a little bit, and then he said, I want to show you something. Now, right about in this time, I started getting a little bit of a headache. Just, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So he took me upstairs, and he showed me these things called Wookiees. And now this headache is getting stronger. And he showed me many animals and different things. Then he took me for a ride in his Ferrari for a lunch. And George is kind of short. So his seat was way back, and he was almost laying down in the car. We were flying through this little town up in Northern California. We went to a restaurant. Not that I don't like salad, but that's all they had was salad. Then I got a really almost like a migraine headache, and I could hardly wait to get to home. And I, even before I got home, I kind of crawled into a phone booth and phoned my agent. I said, "There's no way. I know no way I can do this." He said, David, calm down. You don't have to do this." And so George, bless his heart, I told him on the phone the next day that he should direct it. It's his film. He invented everything about it, but he doesn't really love directing. And so someone else
Can you hear us now? How about now? You hear us now?
What about
Do you hear us? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Yes, you can hear us now.
Yay!
Wonderful.
Oh my god, we have the cat in the
I
exact right
fixed it.
spot.
The cat fixed
perfect.
it. No, I fixed it. I think I
No, it's
fixed it.
because I put the cat in the right spot, Kiesel!
Hopefully it's not because you put the cat in the right spot, because the cat just ran off on us. But anyway, here's your next question, and it's not about our beautiful magical cat. I'm going to skip the rankings. We'll see. Oh, everyone's still in the same spot. Okay. Next question. Get out of here, Kiesel. This is my job.
Kiesel, shut up!
The Society of Friends shamefully opposes slavery and war. U.S. presidents don't always. Which U.S. presidents were Quakers? Herbert Hoover and Richard Nixon, Chester A. Arthur and Ronald Reagan, Zachary Tyler and George H.W. Bush, or Andrew Jackson and Donald Trump? 2 of these were Quakers. Yep, all 4 of you answered. Okay, there's 5 of you. That's good to know. The correct answer is Herbert Hoover and Richard Nixon. Herbert Hoover's mother was a Quaker preacher, and Nixon was a ranter in more ways than one. You see, ranters were a 17th century English movement who held that God's salvation had freed them from human-created restrictions, and that they then were not bound by any sort of outward laws, rules, and regulations, as ordinary people are. And as a fifth-dimensional being, I too am not bound by any sort of rules or regulations, except those of Grand Emperor Aquion, obviously.
Yeah, they didn't realize that it wasn't God, it was Grand Emperor Aquion. So more like...
What?
G-E-A?
G-E-A, Gee.
Gee!
Gee! Praise Gee!
It's me, praise Gee!
Praise Gee! What did that do to the rankings? Oh wow, Redactyl's up in first place, Shiny fell down to second, and Tom is in fourth, and Caring Bobcat 35 is in fifth. Next question, no. The Asimo robot was one of the inspirations for Klon. Which company created Asimo? And for those who don't know, Klon, and this is footage of Asimo that you can see right now, but for those of you who don't know, Klon is a robot clown. 3 of you have answered. There's only 7 seconds left. You gotta answer quick, or you'll miss your chance. One of you is missing your chance, it seems like. The correct answer is Honda. Asimo stands for Advanced Step in Innovative Mobility. It made its first public appearance in 2002 when it rang the bell to open trade sessions in the New York Stock Exchange. It also walked the red carpet for the world premiere of the movie Robots, starring Ewan McGregor.
He was also in Star Wars.
He was also in Star Wars and Down with Love. He was in Down with Love. He was in Beginners. He's in a lot of things. But he wasn't the good Star Wars, that's true. The 3, I mean, the lack of emotion was really wonderful.
Yeah.
Next question. This iconic shot is from which 1902 sci-fi film directed by Georges Méliès? French director Georges Méliès, the subject of the movie Hugo. These are our rapid-fire questions, and you know what? They're probably going to be rapid-fire for the rest of the quiz, so get your answers in. Before you are ready. It's Trip to the Moon! One of you got that correct. Trip to the Moon follows a group of astronomers who use a cannon-propelled capsule to get to the moon, escape from an underground group of Moonanites, and return to Earth with one captive. It's actually a pataphysical work, and pataphysics is a branch of philosophy or science that examines imaginary phenomena that exist in a world beyond metaphysics, just as I do. So beyond your metaphysics.
It's like the 3rd course in the
But your next question.
program. Sorry.
What is the strongest living third-dimensional creature on Earth? It is sure not intern Cheryl over here.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, you can't help that it's not you. Is it gonorrhea, humpback whales, worker ants, or Artie, the strongest man in the world? Pictured here is Artie. 5, 4. You know, I think one of you gave up, as many third-dimensional beings often do, because they just don't have stick-to-itiveness. Yeah, one of you gave up, and I'm just... I have to...
Things are terrible.
You know, I have a certain amount of, not respect, but something vaguely in that neighborhood, because you understand your inferiority, and you walked away, which is great. Yeah, it's gonorrhea. Pound for pound, it's the strongest third-dimensional organism on Earth. It can pull a force 100,000 times their body weight, which is the equivalent of a human dragging 10 million kilos, which translates to over 22 million pounds.
That's why we're using them to build some of the extensions of the station. We just make them really, really big.
Redactyl's still getting first. Caring Bobcat clearly didn't care that much and walked away from it all. Also, you can still join Kahoot if you want to join still. Everything's at the bottom of the screen. What do scientists use to clean up radioactive waste? Magnets, water, sunflowers, or the power of positive thinking? All of you have answered, so let's just move on. It was sunflowers.
Two of you got it wrong because you suck.
Yeah, two of you got it wrong because you thought it was what? I mean, let's check the chat. You definitely got it wrong, but I'm sure you'll quibble as third-dimensional beings like to do. They grow them and stop them from seeding, and then take them out before they seeded, so it can suck up that radiation via its biomass, and to prevent the creation of radioactive birds, as chronicled in Alfred Hitchcock's iconic documentary, The Birds.
It's always a race against time. Harvest the radioactive sunflowers
Next.
before anything eats it.
What color is liquid oxygen? Colorless, blue, beige, or many-colored like Saruman? One of you have answered. 3 answers. 1 answer left. 4 of you have answered, so we're skipping on. It's blue. One of you got it correct. Oxygen gas is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. But the liquid and solid forms are a pale blue color.
We use it in rocket fuel.
We do use it in rocket fuel. Caca! Next question. Oh, Redactyl's on a hot streak. But you third-dimensional beings can still interrupt that hot streak and take the lead. Next question. Which human hosted the only talk show based in the Hudson River? Is it Andy Kaufman, Connor O'Malley, Chris Gethard, or Namor the Submariner? I don't know why you knew that, Redactyly.
It might.
I don't know why third-dimensional beings know anything. They generally don't.
Sometimes we kidnap them and then put them into a performance fugue and have them do tasks.
That is
and
true.
then put them back because we don't want to like feed them and stuff.
That's true. The correct answer, which 2 of you knew, was Connor O'Malley. 3 of you thought it was Chris Gethard, but that is incorrect. This is a little sample of his show from the Hudson River. As you can see, very much hosted in the river. Late River with River Guy.
I'm the only fucking talk show host that's got his own fucking river. It's me, your host, Connor O'Malley. This is a very exciting premiere of the River Talk Show. It's the only late night talk show that happens entirely in the river.
I just said that! Why did you didn't need to reiterate that it's the only one in the river. I specifically said that in the question, Connor O'Malley.
Road.
So rude. Anyway, here's your next question. Hopefully it's less rude than Connor O'Malley. Oh, Redactyl's still in the lead. Bates is in second. Shiny's in third. And Tom is in fourth. Next question. Who hid in a closet to listen in while executives determined whether they should host The Tonight Show? Is that A, Johnny Carson, B, Jimmy Fallon? Is it Jay Leno or Mac Tonight?
It definitely wasn't me. It was not me. I didn't do that. I didn't do that for any of the shows, especially not Aquarius Next Top Intern.
But have you hosted
Definitely-
The Tonight Show?
No.
Then it's definitely not you. Yes, 3 of you got it correct. It is Jay Leno. Jay Leno was long rumored to have since 1992's The War for Late Night, but he admitted it in 2014, saying, there's a huge closet there. I just pulled the door behind me and listened. Very simple. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a manager. I didn't have anybody. It's nice to know what's going on. Thank you, Jay. You can go back to the zoo. I agree. Kristie should host The Tonight Show. She's the single most tolerable third-dimensional being, so...
Oh my god,
Okay, calm down, intern Chloe. Calm down, Chloe! What did that do to the rankings? Redactyl continues to be on a hot streak, but Bates is right on his heels, and Shiny and Tom aren't doing too bad either. Next question. Which condiment was sold in the 1830s as medicine? Is it ketchup, spicy mustard, maple syrup, or hot sauce? All of these are disgusting. They're matter that you consume. You should all be ashamed of yourselves for engaging in such barbaric practices. Yeah, medicine is unnecessary. Pure hate will crystallize everything out of you and make you pure and good. Yeah, none of you got it correct. It was ketchup. When Dr. John Cook Bennett created a recipe for tomato ketchup in 1834, he advertised it as a medicine that cured you of diarrhea, jaundice, indigestion, and rheumatism, and he even made it into pills, which made it seem more legit, or as legit as matter consumption can be. What did that do to our standings? Nothing, because no one got it right. Next question. The human body contains enough carbon to produce graph fat for how many pencils? 90, 900, 9,000, or 1? One of these is correct.
This one's my favorite.
I mean, you'll see why I love this one next. 3, you got it correct. No, it is not 69, Redactly. It is not 69. It is, as three of you knew, it is, in fact, 9,000. You know, the human body contains enough graphite to make 9,000, and that's why one of my favorite shows are one of our new ones, where we kidnapped artists and forced them to make giant portraits of their family. And then, at the end, they learned that all the pencils were made of graphite sourced from their family. We call this show Skin Wars.
It's amazing. Oh my god, it's my favorite one. This was one of the ones that I plot, and then it's great because they think they can save their family, but then they can't save their family. And sometimes we can make over 9,000 pencils.
You know what? Also, I'm going to reveal this. You know, most third-dimensional beings won't have ever heard this before, but the tagline of Skin Wars is, of course, "There's a war on your skin!" Next question. How many eggs does a queen bee lay per day? 2,000, 20,000, 200,000, or 2 million? As you can see, you can even ship a bunch of bees in a package right here. Third-dimensional beings are gross and can be frozen. The correct answer is 2,000. Only one of you got that correct. Which of you is a bee expert?
Which one?
Well, yeah, so
Reveal yourself!
they'll lay a million eggs over the course of their lifetime. Who got it right? Oh, also a fish! Also a fish returns. The prodigal contestant returns.
Yay, welcome back, Fish.
Welcome back, you despicable third-dimensional being. I'm disappointed you want to try again. Which animal host has dubbed himself the Cat Daddy? Is that Tom Otto, Jackson Galaxy, John Fulton, or Catman Crothers? One of these is the Cat Daddy. The other's parental status related to cats is unknown. The answer is yes, it's Jackson Galaxy. One of you got that correct. Born in 1966, cat behaviorist Jackson Galaxy hosts Animal Planet's My Cat from Hell. He also launched the Jackson Galaxy Project, which is dedicated to improving the lives of shelter cats by sending them to us, the Grand Aquarium Empire, to be studio cats. We're not quite sure what they do in the studio, but when they aren't here, nothing works, as you all saw at the beginning of this broadcast. The cats counteract Kiesel, which is so necessary.
I think they have a more sophisticated, feeling of hate
Seems
than
like
a
it.
lot of third-dimensional beings. It's a lot more like the Aquarius system.
What did that do to our rankings? Oh! Shiny went down a rank. Tom moved up a rank. Still anyone's game. Anyone can beat Redactly. Which of the following has the most neck vertebrae? As you can see here, it's the neck vertebrae. Is it a human, giraffe, a mouse, or we're all the same, man? Which one is it?
Except Aquaria, you're so much better than us.
Well, thank you for understanding that, Carol. Whatever you are. Two of you got it correct. Everyone is the same. All you third-dimensional beings, that is, all typically have 7 vertebrae in the neck if you're a mammal. Non-mammals, I don't care about. They're not as fun to torture. Next question. Actually, no, rankings. Let's see. Oh, Shiny took back 3rd place. Next question. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is about as big as Texas, Earth, Earth's moon, or the Death Star. 2 of you have answered. 3 of you have answered. 4. 1 of you has to answer still. Which one of you hasn't answered? Get it in there. Get your answer. Okay, 3 of you got it correct. It's Earth. The hurricane-like storm is about as big as many Earths, and the storm is at least 300 years old. That's where we fill the show. Storm Chasers, where we chase the lower dimensional beings through the storm. Everyone's holding it steady. Next question. Which of these is not a real reality show from the 3rd dimension? Is it Psychic Kids, Kid Nation, Ghost Adventures, or Excel Masters, where contestants compete to show their mastery of Microsoft Excel? More Judy Earth. More Judy Earth. It's Excel Masters. You 3 of you got that correct. Psychic Kids airs on A&E, Kid Nation aired on CBS and put children in charge of a town, and Ghost Adventures is a Travel Channel show where people investigate the world's most haunted places.
It's usually us that haunts the
It's almost always us.
It's part of our show,
Oh.
a haunting, where we haunt places.
Shiny's closing in on Redactyl. Just a couple questions away from overtaking the leader. Next question. Who wrote the first algorithm intended to be carried out by a machine? Is that A, Ada Lovelace, B, Charles Babbage, C, Alan Turing, or D, Ridomatic, the writing robot? One of these truly wrote the first algorithm intended to be carried out by a machine. And these were, of course, yes, it's Ada Lovelace, too, if you got that correct. Ada Lovelace was an English mathematician and writer, chiefly known for her work on Charles Babbage's early mechanical general-purpose computer, the analytical machine. Her notes on the engine include what is recognized as the first algorithm intended to be carried out by a machine. As a result, she is often regarded as the first computer programmer. In certain dimensions, her company Lacebook is still one of the most dominant forms of social networking.
I have like 3 different profiles on Lacebook. It's so much better than all the other books.
Tom and Bates are now closing in on Redactyl, and Also a Fish is still in 5th place, but it's still most year's game. 7 questions left. Which organ is, unfortunately, not able to feel pain? Is it the stomach, the brain, the liver, or the tongue, which is a muscle?
I thought it was a muscle.
Which is a muscle.
Oh my god, really?
It's muscle
That's why
and
you're
an
the
organ.
trivia master, you know?
Absolutely, I know everything. Unfortunately, Kiesel here doesn't know a whole lot. I know some things. Shut up, Kiesel. 2 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, the brain. The brain is the tool we use to... I'm trying to make this relatable to you, lowly third-dimensional beings.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny, Fluval. That was the funniest story I've ever heard. Oh my god.
Take my wife. I would never get married. That is a disgusting concept. But the brain is a tool we use to detect... I said it again. The brain is a tool you use to detect pain, but there are no pain receptors in the brain itself, and thus it cannot feel pain. Shiny's back in second. Closing in on Redactyl. Next question. Which form is the largest third-dimensional biomass on Earth? Animals, plants, bacteria, or fungi? 2 of you have answered. 3 of you have answered. You last 2, you're running out of time. Get your answers in. Get your answers in, lowly beings. 1 of you still has to answer. Is it the fish? Is it the one claiming to be a fish? 3, you got it correct. It is bacteria. There's just a lot of bacteria. It's the largest biomass that exceeds all plants and animals, and one day they will rise up, taking back the world from all you other lowly third-dimensional beings, and at that point, it will only belong to them. Oh, our top three on the charts got that right, so it didn't upset much. Next question. How long would you have to yell to produce enough sound energy to heat a cup of coffee? 8 months, 8 hours, 8 years, or 8 minutes? I could obviously... It's 8 months. It's 8 months. I mean, you just heated up coffee because we're outside of time and space right now, but for you, sort of held back by such primitive concepts, it's 8 months. If you yelled for 8 years... Oh, Kiesel messed that up. It's 8 years. Kiesel hit the wrong button. It's 8 years. If you yell 8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, you'll produce just enough sound energy to heat up 1 cup of coffee. It is 8 years. Hopefully that does not prove determining on who... Well, Tom, you're closing in for getting it wrong. You're welcome. I like to... This is a chaotic Grand Trivia with me, Fluval Grand Trivia Master of the Aquarium Empire.
That's what makes it fun,
Which of these Disney heroes has the fewest lines? Is it Dumbo from Dumbo, Bambi from Bambi, Aurora from The Sleeping Beauty, or Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy? All of these are primary characters from third-dimensional media. It is screaming time. It's always screaming. Honestly, third-dimensional beings should always be screaming. It's Dumbo from Dumbo. The titular elephant from the 1941 film Dumbo has no lines of dialogue. Aurora from Sleeping Beauty has 18 lines of dialogue. Bambi has there's only 1,000 words spoken dialogue throughout a Bambi. But Bambi still spoke more than Dumbo the flying elephant. Hi, screaming Purple Hat 98. Nice of you to show up.
Purple hat.
And Shiny could still take this game. Shiny's closing in on Redactyl. In the original Star Wars, the lightsabers were built using what? And obviously these are the props used in the original Star Wars. Plumbing pipes, camera flashes, katana hilts, or real lightsabers, duh. It also doubles as an impression of a lightsaber. Oh, you're here for 20 minutes of producer negligence, Kiesel. It's camera flashes. The Anakin and Vader sabers were actually built using Graflex camera flashes, such as these right here. You see? That looks quite a bit like Anakin's lightsaber, doesn't it? They really didn't do much to that to make it a weapon. It's an improvement. All things are better when they're weapons. But that camera flash right there looks quite similar. Let's get back to the quiz. What did that do to our standings? Which one of you knew about the lightsaber? It was Bates, but not enough to surge up in the rankings. Next question. When the leader of God's Salvation Church's predictions were revealed to be false, he apologized, offered to let himself be crucified or stoned, paid for his followers to leave him and return home, or all of the above. Which of these did that leader of that cult do when his predictions were revealed to be false? You're up. 4 of you got it correct. God's Salvation's Church originated in Taiwan and then moved to the U.S. Its founder, Chen Hongmin, was a professor of sociology who created a religion that blended Buddhism. I'm just so mad at Kiesel that I'm stumbling on my words.
It's also terrible that this cult leader didn't cause any murder or mayhem. And
No.
we were following him for our reality show, Cults.
So many cult leaders.
Cults.
So many cult leaders do it better, but not this one. He blended Buddhism, New Age spirituality, Christianity, and UFO cults. He predicted that God would appear on all TVs in America on Channel 18 on March 25th, 1998. 1998! When God didn't, Chen apologized and offered to let people crucify or stone him. And as we said, he did all those. So let's see what that did to the rankings. Probably not much, since almost all of you got it correct. Your weapons are not better than our weapons. Oh no, sorry, I keep forgetting you're a higher dimensional being.
Yes. Not Henriette. Well, I don't know what dimension you're from, Henriette, but you're obviously
No, wait, next question.
third dimensional.
Who refused to play the vultures in the Jungle Book? Is it A, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Grateful Dead, or them crooked vultures? You're running out of time. Get your answers in quick. One of you can still answer.
I think they're a coward.
It was the Beatles. None of you got it correct. The Beatles are still the basis for the designs of the vultures in that movie, but they did not, in fact, voice those vultures. Well, that won't have done anything to our standing, so here we are. The ultimate question. On the debut Sleepover with Intern Kristie, she contacted the spirits of which TV icon? Is that Regis Philbin, Joan Rivers, Johnny Carson, or Philo Farnsworth? You'll have to watch the Radio Free Multiverse and the Grand Aquarium Empire Network to get this one correct. Or just guess randomly, because there's only 4 things. All of you got that correct. I'm glad to see that you lowly beings know that you should witness your superiors every Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. It was, in fact, Joan Rivers, the Queen of Mean. And if you missed it, you can see that as a VOD right here at RadioFreeMultiverse.com.
She's always with us.
Here's the podium. In third, Bates. Bates. In second, Tom! And in first place, it is the great winner of this game, Redactyl! Congratulations, Redactyl,
Yay!
you won the game!
Yay! Yay! You won! Congratulations, Fluval. Tell them what they won.
They won. I think the best thing a lowly, pathetic third-dimensional being could ever ask for. That is RadioFreeMultiverse.com. Thank you for reiterating that in case these lowly third-dimensional beings missed it. 4 of you have just joined. Welcome to the stream. Fortunately for you, you're about to see Redactly, the winner of this game's prize. Least from your lowly, inferior existence as a third-dimensional being. Yay, more like, I do think that's what that world probably said as that laser hit it.
Yay!
Planet Destroy Cam, exactly. It's my favorite camera.
Fluval, you know how to bring the best entertainment in the multiverse.
You won't recapture that glory, Bates. And you're right, I am pretty wonderful. I'm pretty great. Oh, look, yep. Redactyl was cut off mid-typing with the rest of the message sent in. Well,
we captured all of your pain.
we did. But I want to thank all of you lowly third dimensional beings for coming out today to witness your superiors, namely me, Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Aquarium Empire. And also, make sure to come back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern for Open Mic with Intern Kristie. Kristie, would you like to talk about that, promote that before we call it a day?
Yes, I would. Tomorrow is Open Mic with Intern Kristie, the only show in any dimension where I, Intern Kristie, give third dimensional beings the same opportunity that the Grand Aquarium Empire gave me 18 billion years ago. The chance to prove that I was more entertaining alive than dead. So you can volunteer to save your planet, to defend it from utter destruction by signing up. Go to radiofreemultiverse.com.
Well, the sign up is not actually at radiofreemultiverse.com.
Kiesel? Why did Kiesel mess that up?
Because it's Kiesel. Of course Kiesel messed it up.
I swear to God,
If you want to
I
sign up to
said one
perform,
thing.
you go to bit.ly/RFM open mic sign up. And if you want to, that's it. If you want to perform, you go there. The link will be in the show notes for this episode. So, third dimensional beings, thank you for recognizing your superiors and joining us today on Grand Trivia with me, Fluval, the Grand Trivia Master of the Aquarium Empire.